Hello, this is the next video where I'm going to be looking at this herb here. You can see it's been chopped up a little bit. Our guinea pig likes to eat this. I think I said it was parsley. If I'm wrong, I'll fix that in the description. I think I said it was parsley. So if you have a close look at this, you'll see this will be the same for a lot of plants you buy at the supermarket. There are actually quite a few plants in here. There might be, let's see, maybe 10. There might be 10 individual plants in here, maybe a few more. So what I'm going to do is I have filled up 5 pots. It actually came out of one of these pots. This is what they come in. Filled up 5 of these pots and chop up all of this, break it up a little bit, and individually fill these pots with whatever I can get out of this, which will allow if it survives, it does usually survive. I've done this many times before. Usually when it survives, it will become a much healthier, stronger plant, and you won't need to go to the supermarket to buy, well, potentially 10 more pots. So I'll break this up now. This is very cheap, so don't be too fussy with it, but just loosen it up a little bit. I'm just squeezing it. This isn't actually, the soil isn't very wet with this particular plant, because I was going to throw it away, but I thought this would be a much better use. YouTube video. So just breaking it up here. Okay, you can. It doesn't actually have many roots at all in the centre. You'll look almost devoid of roots because it's just so squashed together. All the roots have gone to the side of they've gone to the side of the pot and just straight down to the bottom. There we go, just break that up a little bit. This might be easier if you water it. It might not be so compact, but I didn't think of that. Yeah, a lot of these roots that are actually on the plants that are coming through, you are going to lose quite a lot of the roots, but don't worry about that. As long as it has a few, see how well it goes on for. So how many have I got there? So you can see in this little bundle, there are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 9 here. So there could well be maybe 30 in a pot. And again, that's fine if you're for display purposes. It looks really good quite quickly. But if you actually want to grow the plant to get a bit more out of it, you really need to separate it out a little bit. Just give it more space. So this has actually got 1, 2, 3. There are 4. There's 4 plants in this little bunch, or 5 plants in this little bunch, and I'm just going to leave all of those in there because I don't have enough pots. So 5 of these are going to go in this pot. I might be able to find another one somewhere, but let's bring those in there. Actually, I can go quite deep as well. I don't want too much of the plant above the surface with these because they're quite spindly. So let's just sink that a bit, make sure it's in at a nice depth so it's reasonably secure. Soil. And like in the previous video, this is just a standard compost. There's nothing special in this. There's no added nutrients or anything like that. It's just a multi-purpose compost for filling up buckets and pots. Pot plant. No, well, you know. How did I do that? Anyway, that's that. I'm not going to be too fussy about the presentation with these plants, because they're just going to be eaten, they're going to be indoors. I'm not entering a competition. Let's put that there. I don't think, what time is it? Let me see what time at 5. Oh, 5 minutes faster than last time. Put that there. I think I'll just do a couple of these and then I'll pause. And then 1, 2. How is that? Okay, that one can go. I'll split that one up. Yeah, some of these plants may not survive at all because they are quite spindly and they break quite easily when you're separating them. In the past I've done this with basil, which is quite a woody plant, compared to quite a woody shrub when you compare it to this. And that's and rosemary as well, actually I've done it with rosemary too. They both separate really, really well. But this is a little bit more delicate. So we'll see how it goes. But again, like in the previous video, excuse me, like in the previous video, you'll know quite quickly whether or not your plant's transplant has been successful. So that's fine. And we will use, there is still a little bit of usable material on these plants for the purposes of cooking. And this is the last one. Just do that. Just take some of that out of there. Just a second. Almost done. There you go. Sorry, I don't have another camera. Otherwise, you'd be able to see. You'll be able to see me throw mud all over my surface. Right. There we go. So here we have 5 pots filled with compost and what I'm pretty sure is a parsley plant. These are going to go into on top of this. From the previous video, there is lettuce at the bottom. And I'm going to put these parsley plants. These are going to go on the top, like so. I'm going to water it with my mineral water. A little bit there, a little bit on that one. This is obviously, this is going to leak through, but the bottom level is waterproof, so I'm not overly fussed with that. And that's all. Okay, so I'll leave that there. And I will go now. Thank you very much for watching. We have here the parsley plants. Underneath the lettuce plants. They have literally just been transplanted, so they might look a little bit tired, but I would guess that within maybe a couple of days, oops daisy, within a couple of days, they'll perk up and they'll look great. So I'm going to go now. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you another time. Okay, goodbye.